Right now, so I'm working for VentureBeat. I just started about 2 months ago. I've been working with the digital media team, which we kind of just started up with Eric Eldon and Dean Takahashi. And we've been kind of delving into the area of entertainment and technology where they intersect, but also doing a lot of stuff with Apple and a lot of stuff with Google and things of that nature.
So here's what I want to ask you. Two main questions. The first one is how does Twitter fit into not just your daily internet hanging out, but your actual reporting, if at all?
No, it totally does. I mean, we've actually been using Twitter a lot now, kind of in a way to get the word out there about what we're talking about. We weren't doing that for so long, and it's a fine line between, you obviously don't want to spam people who follow you on Twitter, but it's kind of like, if you think you've actually written something interesting, then we send it out like via Twitter, and it's actually done pretty well for bringing in traffic and stuff. And I've had conversations with other writers from different sites about this, and it seems like everyone's using it more and more to bring in traffic, and it just adds, because through things like Twitter and then now through things like Friend Feed, it can extend the conversation of what you're actually talking about. So it's been pretty interesting.
Okay, the other question I wanted to ask you is, we talked a little bit about Dig, which is how I first sort of met you, meeting, putting in quotes. And now I know you're less active on social news sites, but do they aid your reporting at all? Do you use things like Dig or Propeller or any sort of social news sites to keep you informed about what's going on?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I still look at Dig pretty much every day. I'm not submitting so much to it, but I look at it a lot, and I've been using more of the other social networking sites, like things like Propeller and things like Mix and things like that, to kind of find new stories to write about and find any interesting trends that are really just going on. And every once in a while I'll submit something to there and see how it goes, and see what kind of traffic is coming in from those type of things, just overall.
Can you tell me a little bit more about using them to find trends?
Yeah,
or getting new ideas?
Well, yeah, so like Mix is doing some interesting things, like we were talking about briefly earlier, that they're doing things with localized news, which maybe isn't taking off so well right now, but I think that it can be interesting if something like that were to take off. And Mix does a good job with doing categories and other things in that nature, and obviously Dig's trying to expand and doing more of that, but yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to look at things, look in the tech areas, and specifically drill down within the tech areas of different things like Apple News and stuff that I'm looking for. And sometimes I find some good things in there that I don't find on my RSS feed because I don't subscribe to whatever it is for whatever reason. Okay,
so here's the last question, which is, this is all tech oriented, and part of what I'm curious about, or what I always think is I look to sites like VentureBeat because you guys are using new age reporting tools like Twitter, or keeping in touch with social news sites to aid your reporting about tech. Do you think that these kinds of tools will be able to help reporters who are covering the local school district or other sort of more general things? And if so, is that anytime soon, or is it another 5 years?
I think it's a little bit a ways away, but I definitely think that this is something that will become something major in the future. It might not necessarily be Twitter. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not going to be Twitter. I think that it is a good shot of being Twitter, but it could be something like that, like Twitter, where it's an instant messaging app. I like to think of it as like something like massively multiplayer instant messaging. So it's like you can send out a message immediately, and people can respond to it, and it's not just a very exclusive conversation between two people. It's a conversation between you and however many people are following you, and how many people are watching what you're saying. And so yeah, I mean, there's no reason that it should just be held up within technology realm. It should be spread out across wide things. I've seen a lot of good things about political conversations going on Twitter right now, and so that's a good area, and I don't see why it couldn't expand into something like schools or whatever anyone wants to talk about.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, great.